Hello, guys, and welcome back to once again another live stream here on the VB Thomas platform. Usually, I'm not streaming on Fridays, but today it is the final opening of King of Leagues as the drivers will be driving on the Silverstone circuit today, as it will be round one of season one of the King of Leagues. The drivers will have to race in three different races where they will have to score points for their team, of course, and the winning team is going to win a certificate and is going to be crowned King of Leagues. So let's go straight into the introduction as we've got the track information here. As I said already, it is going to be the Silverstone circuit, which is in Great Britain. So the population is going to be around 68 million people, with the first Grand Prix ever held in 1950. And it's been one of the two tracks where there has been a race since 1950. Also, together with Monza, of course. And the most Grand Prix won on this track is by Lewis Hamilton. Well, quite obviously why. He has won 8 in total. The quality record is going to be around 1 minute and 26 seconds. The lap record will be 127.0. So, I mean, the thing is with this one, it's very close between the quality record and the lap record. But of course, that is in the actual F1. Today, we won't be seeing that, unfortunately. We will talk a little bit more about the track layover. So it is going to be a short qualifying with a 50% race. It is going to be 26 laps that the drivers will have to complete to crown themselves king of the leagues during this 3-week period. The best overtaking opportunities to happen in turn 1, turn 3, turn 7, and sector 3 straight, as you will have a long DRS straight coming out of Meggetts and Baggett's. The circuit length is going to be 5.8 kilometers. Quite an average track, not too long, not too short, and the race distance will be 153 kilometers. Strategy wise, we are thinking a medium hard or a hard medium strategy. It could also be that the hards, well, if you want to start on the hards, you can also go for a late pit stop going onto the soft tires, and it is going to be a reduced safety car. So the thing is, with a reduced safety car, you will have less safety cars. So that's why a hard soft is a little bit of a risk. I think you should better go for a medium hard or hard medium. And then, of course, if there is a possibility of a lot of safety cars, you can easily go for soft medium hards, soft medium softs. Apologies. So let's have a quick look what the tire degradation rate is going to be. And it is going to be 50-50 with the tire overheating probability being quite high. Silverstone, I'm not going to say a very, how do I say this? A very heated track, but it is gonna be um well, easily overheating your tires here in Silverstone. And the thing is, I announced that it was gonna be a wet race. Well, the I put it in, so I cannot say it already what weather it's gonna be, but I can assure you it's gonna be wet somewhere in the race. So that is a little sneak peek you guys are getting from me. Let's give my predictions real quick, as we're always doing a prediction here at the VB Thomas channel, the VB Thomas stream, whatever you want to call it. We saw some good things from Martin, but I'm not too sure if he's in. He couldn't get in, unfortunately, and the guys weren't able to get a reserve driver in. So I think I might be. I heard a lot of things about ERL Logan. It seems that Alfie was pretty good at the 5-lappers too, so I'm going Alfie in P2 or maybe even P1. But the realistic league esports, the racing league esports, oh my days, they were fast too. So I do see a mixed podium here in the King of Leagues race. Also, Aiden seems to be a pretty fast guy. And so, yeah, I can't say right now what the prediction is going to be. I'm just going to throw random names. I'm going with Logan P1, Alfie P2, and I'm going to go with a realistic Racing League esports driver. I'm going with Subaru P3. So that is going to be my predictions for today. Safety car wise, there might be one safety car. Biggest winner of the evening might be Subaru. I'm not too sure, guys. I'm just making things up. And then the biggest loser, I've got this one, is going to be, where is he? Where is he? Oh, here. Joka or Yoka or however you want to call it. We're going to go into the race pretty soon as the drivers are readying up at the moment as we were speaking. So 17 people are readying up. We've got 19 people in the lobby. Silverstone is quite an interesting track, as I was saying, a lot of overtaking opportunities. But I'm not going to say that it is going to be an overtaking opportunity in Megates and Beggets. Going into Megates and Beggets might be a possibility, but I don't think a lot of people will try that, as we will be showing the race right now. It seems like the qualifying is going to be rain, but we are not, well, I am sure that it might rain or it might not rain at the end of the qualifying. You guys, of course, don't know that. So right now it is raining. So will the drivers come out already or will they not? It seems like we are a little bit stuck here. So we'll have to wait a few seconds before we can get off for a good start. MCFC has left the session, unfortunately. It seems like the lobby is glitched already. We're just into the session and it's already glitched for some reason. There we go. So 18 minutes in this short qualifying. Not too sure. Yeah, EA Sport. Yeah. Well, EA is not the best game that's out there. Well, gaming producers, however you want to call it. And it doesn't seem like anyone is going to come out right now. So we will talk a little bit more about the race here and the track. And I will be switching over to the lobby when anyone is going to come out. So let's have a quick look here. You can see Silverstone circuit on your screen right now, as you've got sector 1, which is in my opinion one of the best sectors there is to make an overtake on this track. You've got not a very hard braking zone to the right side in turn 1, but you can easily shove it down the inside. We of course don't want a Zhu1U crash coming into turn 1, and then you've got turn 2, quite a fast corner, so I wouldn't suggest making an overtake there. And then you've got a hard braking zone to your right side, turn 3, where you can easily make it block pass and try to force the guy a little bit wider there. Into turn 4, you want to have a good exit coming into turn 5 and then down the main straight. Coming into turn 6, I think it is. Let me do a calculation. 4, 5. Yeah, coming into turn 6, you've got a long left-hander. And you can make a move there too, as you have the DRS at that small straight there. And then turn 7 is also a good possibility to make a move, as you will be going around the outside, hopefully, and just try to get a better exit coming into turn 9 and turn 8 and turn 9. Then you've got Megates and Beggets, turn 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, where it's going to be difficult. Maybe even in turn 10, it could be a possibility. But apart from that, guys are really experienced, so I don't see any problems occurring. Well, I don't think the guys are going to be able to make an overtake through there. And the guys are experienced, so they know it themselves. So hopefully it's not going to be like that. Coming into turn 15, that's actually a good one to make an overtake on, as you've got a hard, a fast right-hander, and well, you can make a move. You can make a move. It depends on how you take the corner, of course. And then you've got turn 16, 17, 18. Always a difficult one. Turn 16 is a hard braking zone, so maybe a block pass right there. But I'm not too sure if that's gonna be it. So it seems like we're going into the lobby, as a couple of guys have been on an outlap already. Seems like the everyone welcomes Racing League. Everyone's welcome Racing League are with a lot of people on track. They've got 5 people on track already. So does the Racing League Esports. As you will be seeing on the left side of your screen, there will be a a chart, not really a chart, but a poster of every league and which the drivers are and which car they are driving with. So make sure to have a look at that every now and then. As it is going to be Sekuljovic starting his lap right now. It seems like he's lagging a little bit here. I'm not too sure if that's going to get resolved coming into the race. We might have to take a quick look into that. As there is a lot of people on track right now, 8 and 2. He's gonna try to come into sector 2. He's gonna go through Megats and Begats, and for the guys who don't know Megats and Begats, quite an interesting corner combination, as you've got a little bit to lift throughout these corners, especially in the wet tire conditions. Well, it is intermediates right now, but I mean, it is wet, right? So Aiden coming into turn 15. Yeah, the whole lobby looks a little bit laggy. I'm not too sure why. Yeah, if it doesn't get resolved, we might be able to make a new lobby, but I mean, it's most definitely not my fault. Looks like he shows. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And Aiden comes across the line with a 137.6, so not too bad, as it seems like it's going to be stopped raining anytime soon, as the clouds are trying to get away, but then the water is still coming out of the air. So George in P18, he is currently in sector 2, as this beautiful livery here, they had to make it last minute, but it doesn't look too bad, as I'm pretty sure the other guys are having the same one. Joka, who's still in the pit lane. I like the combination with the red, the silver, and the black here of the Syndicate Racing League. It seems like Fade has the fastest first sector, and I wonder if he's going to be able to put himself in the top 5 here today in Silverstone. Fade, who I don't think we saw in the 5 lappers. We did see Hargreaves, and he didn't perform that amazing, but it wasn't too bad either, so hopefully he can redeem himself here in Silverstone. It is going to be round 1 of season 1 of the King of Leagues. 3 races, as 4 leagues will be racing against each other and hopefully, well, crown themselves King of Leagues, right? As a lot of guys have come across the track, well, come across the finish line already, as Aiden is still going to capture the lead here with a lot of 10s up front, as we've got Toby and Subaru in P2 and P3, the Racing League esports drivers who are doing their best to try and get into the top 3. Chubertus, Marlon, and Biceps still have to put a quali lap here, as they're currently on one. Chubertus, who is still in the pit lane. Fade is now coming across the line with a 137.2, as the track is most definitely heating up a little bit. It's drying up. There's still around 10 minutes in the race. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, I think it was. There was one driver who was going a little bit slower. Let's go at the back of the grid here, as we've got ERL Logan, the Speed Force Racing League driver, with their, well, they also have a beautiful livery here with the orange and the black. There was a little bit of a problem with the colors, but it seems like we've got it solved. As the Speed Force Racing League was supposed to have orange, they took a livery which, well, you won't have the possibility of making your primary color orange. So yeah, we had to switch around a little bit, but luckily we had the... Oh, Logan, oh no, where is he going? Oh my days, that was looking a little bit funny there, as he was trying to make the corner still, but he just lost his car even more. But yeah, as I was saying, the Dark Side Racing League, who unfortunately, but also fortunately for Speed Force Racing League, dropped out due to, yeah, certain, well, how do you say this? Certain conditions? Not conditions. I'm not too sure. Doesn't really matter. We're not getting into that. There's a lot of guys here at the midfield are setting their lap, as the I'm still trying to get used to the league's names, guys. The Racing League esports driver puts himself in P8 here, Biceps Army. And I mean, it seems like it stopped raining, so we're gonna be having a dry qualifying at the end of the qualifying, as there is a Speed Force Racing League driver going a little bit slow in sector 2. Stick some slicks on. There we go. Stick the slicks. It's ready. It is most definitely ready. It doesn't seem like the track is already dry though, so they might have to wait a couple of more minutes, but there's still 10 minutes to work with here, as it is always a good one to go on intermediates first, because you've got well, of course you've got the intermediate selected, but you can also keep it a little bit safer throughout the track, and just try to warm up yourself, as that's the most important thing with qualifying, trying to get yourself for the race. But also, I mean, usually with a full qualifying you can just warm yourself up, but with a short qualifying it's going to be more difficult. Marlon, who comes across the line with a 136.3, I'm not too sure if he already has slick tires. It doesn't seem like it. He has set this lap on 3-lap all intermediate, so he definitely has the pace around here in Silverstone. And make sure, well, guys, make sure to drop in the comments who do you think is gonna win the race today. Maybe even the top 3 of the qualifying, and make sure to let the other guys know who you're supporting. Which team do we have in the chat right now? Make sure to let me know. I want to see what kind of people I've got in my stream. Of course, if it's only filled by, for example, the Everyone's Welcome Racing League, I mean, I gotta address the Everyone's Welcome Racing League a little bit more, so make sure to let me know. And yeah, it's gonna be an exciting race, I'm pretty sure. 8 more minutes in the qualifying, as I hope it's not gonna be too much chaos into turn 1. Always a very well-known corner to have a lot of chaos on in turn 1. And the race start cannot be too chaotic anymore. Well, these guys know each other already from the 5 lappers. A lot of guys didn't attend though, but people like Nerdy Puck. Who was there too? I think Subaru was there. There were a lot of Everyone's Welcome Racing League drivers. 5 place grid penalty for George. This is a biggie, as he had an incident with Alfie there. That might be something to look at. All right, we've got a few Everyone's Welcome Racing League drivers. We've got a Speed Force Racing League driver. Oh no, Syndicate Racing League. Strux, who seems to be rooting for the Syndicate today, as the Syndicate drivers are... What is George doing? This is really interesting. George got disqualified. He had a 5-second time penalty, but coming into the pit lane, he was just standing still there, so that might need to be looked at, as George finds himself in P19 at the moment with a disqualification. CFC, who seems to be on a lap right now, still on intermediates. Not too sure if that was the best decision he could have taken, as the Speed Force Racing League driver still has to put a lap in here in the qualifying, but it's dry weather. 6 more minutes in the qualifying, so he might have to come into the pits already and try to go for the better lap. The Speed Force Racing League drivers, who are trying to get into the top 10. There's only one driver who seems to be doing so, as that will be Mr. Wiggles in P10. But unfortunately, his SFR, Mad, ERL Logan, and EKJ MCFC are all the way at the bottom, so hopefully they will do a little bit better. Choka, who's still in the pit lane here, and everyone is gonna come into the pits. Who is on dry tires already? Doesn't seem like anyone is, but Hargreaves is improving on his time on the intermediate tires, so it's most definitely drying up here. But I'm not too sure if that's a good decision to go onto the intermediate tires while it's dry. So Fade, who comes across the line with the 132.8, as he will set a really close, well, probably not a close time to the actual pole time that's going to be set, as the guys will be way faster with slick tires. Yeah, George is a sleeping giant, but I'm not too sure what he did there in the pit lane. He just stands still to try and get a disqualification, while he could have just retired in the pit lane. So most definitely would have to ask for an explanation, and I'm gonna have to send an invite to someone real quick. So we will be back with you in a couple of minutes. All right, so currently we have got the Nerdy Puck, who is on a lap. Apologies for the little thingy there. So who's going to set himself on pole? A lot of guys on soft tires right now. Toby, who seems to be on medium tires. Are coming across this little DRS section, as he is on a fast lap already, so we might be able to see him put himself in the top 5. Sonic, I'm not too sure if you can hear me, but I've sent the invite, and I hope you can join. Hopefully, well. Buck, who's coming into sector 2. This is Cops, where we saw Max Verstappen crash out, unfortunately, due to Hamilton being an interesting driver there. I mean, it's up for discussion. You know, a lot of people think Verstappen made the mistake. A lot of people think Verstappen made the mistake. It's up for discussion. It's a it's a good topic to make a discussion about. I think racing is all about discussions and not really. Ooh, Nerdy Puck, who loses it coming into turn 15. That is an interesting crash. We don't see that happen too often. It is going to be three rounds. So the first race is going to be Silverstone, as you can see. The second race is going to be Coda, and the third race is going to be Brazil with a sprint race. A lot of people have set a lap already, but they're currently trying to set a better lap on the soft tires as it dried up here at the end of the qualifying. Schubertus, who invalidated his lap right there, and I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to come into the pits yet. Matt G, who has put the fastest lap in for this qualifying right now, still 1 minute and a half in the qualifying, so hopefully these guys can get out on one more lap as Matt G is trying to push everything. He still has a little bit of VRS saved, but we're not sure who is going to beat that, of course. A 128.4 is a very realistic time here, as we are seeing a lot of drivers who've not set a lap yet. AKG MCFC, who has not set a lap. He's going to let through a couple of drivers, as it seems like Toby is on medium tires, trying to make the how do I say this, tire overheating probability work. So you've got a lot of tire overheating probability here in Silverstone, so also in qualifying, and he tries to avoid that by picking the mediums. I wouldn't say it's the best decision to go for. As you can see on the left side of your screen, there's sometimes some things changing at the driver standings. Aiden has put the fastest lap in right now, as he's going to put the EWRL league in P1. So it is going to be Speed Force Racing League, Syndicate Racing League, Everyone's Welcome Racing League, and Racing League Esports. It will also show a little bit of more information at the driver standings, but that will change every minute. So the Everyone's Welcome Racing League seems to be doing a pretty good job here, currently in P1, P4, P5, P12, and P15, as they've got 3 drivers in the top 5, but we do expect a lot of drivers to improve here, hopefully. Biceps Army from the Racing League Esports seems to be coming through Maggots and Baggots right now to go onto the main straight. Now going into turn 5, hopefully he doesn't spin like Pug did there. And Perk still trying to improve, as Mickey... No, it's not going to be Mickey. It's going to be one of the Racing League Esports drivers coming across the line with Fade setting the fastest lap here. 0.3 of an improvement on Aiden's time. Biceps Army comes across the line with a 127.2, as he will put the team in P1. We also have Toby on the medium tires in P4. Strux, who comes across the line with a P5, as it will be a very close battle between 3 leagues. And it seems like Speed Force Racing League is dropping behind a little bit, with Mr. Wiggles, ERL Logan, MCFC, and Matt G not in the top 5, as we don't have... Well, we do have a driver of each league except for Speed Force Racing League in the top 5. And hopefully these guys can live up the dream to try and get a pole. Well, they do have a pole already. Try to get a good result here during the race. So Kuljovic coming across the line. That is going to be a P10 for the Everyone's Welcome Racing League driver. Seems like last minute there was a Speed Force Racing League driver who caught into the top 5. And I'm pretty sure he was P3, I'm pretty sure. So we've got Biceps Army in P1 with 3 tenths in front of Fate. Fate, who is a Syndicate Racing League driver. Then we've got Logan, Speed Force Racing League driver. Then we've got Aiden, the Everyone's Welcome Racing League driver. So we've got a driver of each league in the top 4. So this is going to give some great battles up front. Hopefully not any incidents, as Stoby is going to be in P5, Stux in P7, P6. Then we've got Hargreaves, Subaru, Matt G, Sekuljovic, Schubertus, Miki, Yoka, Marlon, Nerdy Puck, Mr. Wriggles, it's your boy Alfie, and then we've got MCFC in P18 and George in P19. Currently, we are waiting on everyone picking their tires. It will all depend on whenever someone is going to press ready. Usually a lot of guys are waiting to press ready to give each other the chance to take a good setup on. But yeah, I mean, if there's one fucker just pressing ready, everyone is a little bit fucked there. So, but it doesn't seem like everyone is pressing ready already, or maybe the lobby is not loaded in yet. Oh, here we are. Not really, not really, not really. Well, we are waiting, but it's gonna take a long time. I'm pretty interested in what's happening there. Hopefully, nobody is really glitched out there, because then they would have to leave the server, well, the lobby. Hopefully, that's not the case, because we don't want anyone to leave the lobby due to TV. Which logo has the best league? Which league has the best logo? Phew, that is a good one. Each league is unique in their own way. We've got Everyone's Welcome Racing League, who has a quite a unique logo, but it's just red and it's just letters, so it's unique, but it's simple. And we've got Syndicate Racing, who's got a track as their things. So it's also good, but it looks a little bit weird, in my opinion. Not in a bad way. It's just looks a little bit unique. Well, it looks unique. Then you've got Speed Force Racing. I like it, but it's a pain in the ass because the the background was a black, but it was filled with some stuff. So yeah, it was just filled with some stuff. And then you've got Racing League Esports. They have got a good logo too. And I'll have to have a quick look in the admin chat, well, in the King of Leagues chat, as the lobby is glitched a little bit. Not too sure why everyone is waiting, but yeah, we will be right back with you. Oh, they were waiting for me. I'm not too sure why they were waiting, but it starts in 20 seconds, so. In more seconds, as I need to send a quick message. As the drivers will have to set a formation lap right now, and let's have a quick look what tires they will be on. Ooh, there are a lot of different strategy. Ooh, there's already someone doing a donut. That was pretty interesting. This is not the race start, right? This is the formation lap. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the formation lap. They're going off pretty aggressively already. So, Biceps Army on the mediums, trying to get away as early as possible. And we've got Fade and Logan both on the hard drivers. All the way from P4 until P6, we've got medium drivers and Hargreaves, who's trying to get it on the long run with the hard tires. We've got Subaru on the mediums and Mad G being the only driver on soft tires, trying to get closer to his teammate Logan to help him a little bit. And it all depends on safety cars, of course. It is a reduced safety car, so I'm not too sure if it was the best decision for Mad G to go on softs. Also because, you know, Silverstone, it has a hard tire tire overheating probability. So soft at the beginning, I mean, your cars look really heavy there. Sekiljovic in P10, then you've got Schubertus in P11, Miki Pyronen in P12, Yoka in P13 on the mediums, Marlon on hards, Nerdy Pucking on mediums, so is Mr. Wiggles here, as it's your boy Alfie. Has a different livery. All right, this is... Wait, does he have a different livery? He does. Ooh, do I need to make a penalty for that? I'm not too sure. MCFC is on the hard tires and George is on medium tires. Right, guys, so everyone is gonna line themselves on the grid. What strategy will they be going on? Will they be going on to the... Yeah, apologies. By the way, everyone's welcome Racing League. Are you... Oh no, never mind. Oh my days, I was just... No, never mind, I was confusing you for someone else. Alright, everyone is setting themselves on the grid. A lot of disqualifications, as it is going to be 5 red lights here in the Silverstone Grand Prix. King of Leagues. And they're going under... Oh no, this is a glitch again. And they're going underway. Drive-through penalty for Mad G already. Jump start. We're not too sure who's making a move. It seems like the Biceps Army has a good... Oh, turn 1 incident there between Logan and Aiden. Aiden who gets pushed back all the way at the back of the grid. Tobio is a 3-second time penalty. And there are 2 Everyone's Welcome Racing League drivers into turn 1 who are crashed, unfortunately. There is a yellow sector 1. And Biceps Army also has a... Ooh, Strux who is getting pushed all the way at the back. And it seems like there are 5 drivers of the Racing League Esports who are in the top 5 at the moment. Also some Syndicate Racing League drivers. And it's going to be close here with Mad G. There is a Racing League Esports driver who's getting crashed out. Seems to be Marlon on the hard tires. Schubertus, who seems to be pretty close to Logan here. The yellow and the blue makes it a little bit difficult for me to know which driver's who. But Subaru right behind Hargreaves here. Has a better exit coming out of that corner. He's going to try and make a move down the inside. And that is going to be move done by Subaru. Going into turn 15. Does Hargreaves have a better exit? I'm not too sure. But Logan is going to try and make a move too. As that is not going to work, unfortunately. Aiden, who seems to be trying to get a toe off his teammate here. He's trying to go down the inside of his teammate. Is Miki going to defend the inside line? These guys are battling a little bit too much. But it seems like the move has been done. Mr. Wiggles in P11. Right on the tail of Miki Kaironen. And it's not going to be enough for him. And Magi, who comes into the pits, he might have some front wing damage here. So does Marlon, as he finds himself in the pit lane too. Now going back to the top 3. Fade seems to be pretty close to his main rival in this race, Toby. As Fade is keeping up pretty well. I mean, he is on the hard tires. And he's keeping the toe off Toby. There has been a little bit of a distance created already from P3 all the way to P4, as there is 3 seconds between the two. Hargreaves is having a battle with Logan here. Are they keeping it clean? I'm not too sure. It seems like it is, as Logan is going to take the outside line. And they're going through cops. Will this be a Hamilton Verstappen incident? It doesn't seem like it. Logan goes down the inside. And this is some good sportsmanship between the two, leaving enough space for each other to get through. This is a three-way battle here between three different leagues. Syndicate is in P5, Speed Force is in P6, and then you've got Racing League Esports in P7. They're right behind each other as they're not doing a bad job. Logan is going to try and make a move down the inside, but it doesn't seem like that was going to work. Mr. Jiggle seems to be pretty close to Mickey Kaironen here. Does he have a good exit? It seems like he caught a track invalidation there, and that would most definitely be a warning for the Speed Force Racing League driver. Now, he has a good exit coming out of turn 17, I think it is. Will he throw it down the inside of turn 1? It doesn't seem like it, as there has been a move done between Logan and Hargreaves here, going side by side. Logan who goes down the inside, and that will be moved on. Hargreaves who takes a wide line now. He has the inside line, and that will be moved on for the Syndicate Racing League driver. Now, Logan still has the inside line there. He doesn't have enough space to throw it down the inside, but he will most definitely have DRS here. And now down the inside, he has made the move. They're going side by side. Here, Aiden makes the move down the inside, and it will be a three-way battle between Schubertus, MCFC, and Aiden, as Schubertus is trying to keep his P8 on MCFC, and it seems like he has, as MCFC still has to work his way through the field. Hargreaves, who has made the move on Logan again. Logan, who makes the switchback work, as that is beautifully done, right coming out of corners. That is going to be moved on. It seems like the two drivers from the Racing League Esports team have already created a gap from P3. And they will most definitely be getting a good result here, as none of them. Now Aiden goes around the outside of the Syndicate Racing League driver. Has he made the move? It doesn't seem like it. He is trying to stick it. And now Hargreaves has to fight back. He's getting chased from behind by Schubertus. Ooh, there is a driver who didn't make it until the end. It seems to be Matt G or Wiggles, and that was a Speed Force Racing League driver all the way at the back of the grid. Right now we've got Schubertus trying to have a battle with Hargreaves. Is he gonna go down the inside? He leaves the room, but there's not gonna be too hard of a possibility there. Biceps is getting overtaken by Toby, who is on medium tires, and he might be the fastest one out of the grid, as he's overtaking his teammate here, Aiden, who makes the move down the inside of Logan. And it seems like Aiden is not doing a bad job here, trying to get those positions up, as he wasn't having a good. Did he have a good? Oh, he finished P3 in qualifying. Subaru, who was already made up 4 positions. And the biggest loser, side by side through cops, and that was beautifully done. They both left enough room through there. Supertouche, who has made the move on Hargreaves. Hargreaves is, I'm not going to say aggressively losing. Why on Xbox off PC or PC, a PS4? I'm not on the 2, but doesn't really matter. MCFC 3/10 on Hargreaves. This might be a move. It doesn't seem like it. Aiden, who is still having a battle with Logan here. Is he going to throw it down the inside? Logan, he has the move. He has the space, and that will be moved on by that driver. Now Logan is going to try and make it back work on the Everyone's Welcome Racing League driver, Nerdy Puck, who has a 3-second time penalty. And the Everyone's Welcome Racing League is not doing a bad job, as they find one of their drivers in P5. But the biggest winner of the evening is going to be Racing League Esports, as 3 of their drivers are in the top 4 and 4 of their drivers are in the top 7. Marlon, who seems to be all the way at the back of the grid. Will I have a sound glitch? I don't think so, though. I'm using OBS and what is it called? Remote play, so that might be the problem there. Joka right now pretty close to Starks, as Syndicate Racing has one good option in P3 to try and get some good points on the board for that team, as the guys are pretty close at the back here, but also in the midfield. It seems like 4 drivers or 5 drivers are within 1 second of each other, and they have got the DRS here. Alright, I will keep it like this then. Hargreaves. He's just dropping out of the DRS, I think. And also here's Sekulijovic making the move on his teammate. Sekulijovic making the move down the inside of Joka there. And so we moved on, and we've got Nerdy Puck, who loses it trying to battle with Joka. No, Hargreaves retired from the session. That was an there is a safety car, guys. Safety car situation. Is a safety car situation. And who is going to come into the pits? Probably the medium tire runners, as they've still got 20 more laps to go on the hards with, of course. Let me have a quick look which tires everyone is on. Toby already has a penalty though, so that's something to look out for too. Logan, who is having some good battles with Aiden here. Both drivers not really having any incidents. It is indeed going to be wet, but when is going to be the question? The guys in the race know, but I don't know, as it is it's full safety cars. You've got a yellow dot on the screen. Logan has left the session. Might be a problem with the connection. We're gonna have a little bit of a break here, so I need to take a look. Era Logan has a problem, so we will have to invite him back again. So I'm gonna switch over to this real quick. Let's hope I can find him pretty easily. It wasn't easy to invite him earlier. And I can't right now either. Haha. Interesting. Where can I find him? It's actually very interesting. Oh, he joined again. Alright, he must have had an invite from someone else. Subaru, who has a 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane. As the top 3 is still on hard tires, and they're not going to come into the pits. As Logan didn't pick his car yet, so he might have issues taking control out of his car. And all 3 drivers who are on hard tires, I wouldn't suggest to go onto the medium tires at the moment. As Fate has caught up to the safety car, he keeps it really close to the safety car, trying to battle a little bit with him. As this is some dangerous driving from the Syndicate Racing League driver. Let's hope he doesn't cause any incidents with the safety car. That would be interesting. Let's have a quick look who has made a pit stop. First driver who has made a pit stop is Toby. He has gone for hard tires. We've got Bishop's Army, who has gone for medium tires. Subaru has also gone for medium tires. And then the second driver on hard tires is Aiden. MCFC on medium tires. Then we've got Strux on medium tires. And so is Mickey. Schubertus on hard tires. And I'm going to have a quick look if Logan took control of his car again. It does seem like it. Marlon all the way at the back of the grid. He is a little bit lucky. I'm not gonna say he's lucky, but he dropped back a couple of positions. I mean, he qualified really good. He dropped back oh no, he didn't actually. That's interesting. I mean, he dropped back 4 positions, so he qualified in P14. So he must have had an incident in the race start. Well, during the race start. And I mean, he was far back. Right now he has the chance to get back and try to battle with, well, make his way up the field. Larcy, we're not gonna do that. If he doesn't cause any incidents, we're not gonna be doing that. Guys, by the way, what is that glitch you guys were talking about? Is that something that you can hear easily, or Is it not really that loud? Magi. I mean, he dropped back a couple of positions. I think he was doing a pretty good qualifying in P9. Biceps Army and Sokoljevic are having an incident there. Pretty interesting, because I'm hearing the sound pretty alright. I hear the sound that you guys are hearing, but doesn't really matter. Safety car in this lap. Alright. Coming into sector 3, we're gonna be getting the notification that the safety car is gonna come into the pits. Oh, my CPU is not overused at any... That's not possible, because it's being used at 2% right now. Well, doesn't really matter. We've got Fate leading the group here. As I wonder when he's gonna go. Is he gonna go before this little section? Well, the last section of the track. Or is it gonna be right after the last corner? We don't know. But surely Fate does know. As he's coming across the last corner. When is he gonna go? He's gonna go right now. That's pretty interesting. Oh, he almost spins. He had a little snap there. Logan has a better exit. Now we've got It's Your Boy Alfie. There is a driver who has crashed, and that seems to be Nerdy Pucking, as he has to trail by a couple of seconds right now. There are some moves being made as Biceps Army finds himself right behind Sokoljevic. I'm gonna have a quick look with the tires. Who has some fresh tires? Subaru. Biceps Army, apologies, has a better exit coming out of turn 5, I think it is. Now tries to go and make a move down the inside, and it seems like he does, as Sokoljevic backs out of the defense. He's got George right behind him, the medium tire runner, 8-lap-old medium tires. He has made up a couple of positions. EKJ, GJ, whatever it is, trailing by 5/10 here. As the guys are pretty close to each other. ERL Logan coming into Megaton Baggots. He's going to be trailing by 3/10. And he doesn't have a good exit coming out of the corner either. So the Fate is going to take a little lead here on the Speed Force Racing League driver. Now Toby is going to try and make a move down the inside, hopefully. As it doesn't seem like he is into turn 15. But if he has a good exit coming out of the game. Down the inside here. Is this going to be a move from Toby? It doesn't seem like it. He's going to try and make a switchback work, but the last corner is not really a corner, well, a turn where you should be making a move. And Biceps is going to be making a move on Toby, as Toby has those hard tires selected. We've got Aiden right behind MCFC again. And the drivers don't know when it's going to rain. Neither do I, but I'm pretty sure. Well, I do actually, sort of. Oh, Dayton, who missed his braking point right there. He touched the back of the Speed Force Racing League driver. And it seems like they're not doing too bad, being in P2, P9, P14, and P17. Unfortunately, one driver couldn't join. Nerdy Pucking is still trailing by 9 seconds. And there has been an incident. It's your boy Alfie, who's lost his car here. He joins the track a little bit unsafely. And there is some damage, as we've got front wing damage. I think that is by the Racing League Esports driver. And it might be Subaru. It might be Toby. Toby, does he have a broken front wing? I'm not too sure. I can't see. Doesn't seem like it is. Aiden, who's going to be making a move on Biceps Army. And indeed, Biceps Army has a broken front wing. There is a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is going to be a racing driver, well, Racing League Esports driver. Strux, who goes down the inside here of Biceps Army, as Biceps Army has a broken front wing. Miki goes around the outside, and Schubertus makes a move on his teammate Biceps Army. DRS is enabled. Subaru, who's crashing also. What is happening with the Racing League Esports drivers? They were doing absolutely great, having 4 drivers into the top 7. Maybe even 3, I'm not too sure. But it seems like that is not anymore, as Wiggles tries to go around the outside of the Racing League Esports driver. He has made the move. That is going to be moved done. Some pretty interesting driving from Schubertus right there. Trying to make the switchback work, but Mr. Wiggles had it parked down the inside. Toby is catching up with Logan right now. Both drivers on hard tires, but Logan is running 10 lap old hard tires compared to Toby running 4 lap old tires. He's defending the inside line, and Toby might have a better exit coming out of Cops, but it doesn't seem like it. MCFC, who has a 3-second time penalty. Schubertus, who's getting overtaken by his teammate now, going into Megats and Beckets. Is he going to have a good exit coming out of Megats and Beckets? I think he is, although Logan has a better one. Toby, who has DRS, so he might be able to make a move in turn 15, and I think he is going to try and throw it down the inside. It is indeed, as Toby has made the move. He's pushing the Speed Force Racing League driver a little bit wide. Logan, who is defending the inside line here, and I think that is some beautiful move here by Logan. Beautiful defense, as Toby has to trail by a couple of tenths due to that defense here. Subaru, who's having a battle with Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles, who's trailing by a couple of tenths, making the defensive position, but it's not going to be working on Schubertus, as he has some good pace. Mr. Wiggles actually running soft tires, so not doing a bad job, but I would suspect that soft tires are a little bit faster here on track, because he's getting chased by Matt G2, and he's running 6 lap old hard, so that's pretty interesting. Logan, who's got overtaken by Toby, as AKG and George are having an incident. I'm not too sure what's happening here, but Strux going around the outside of the Speed Force Racing League driver, MCFC, is getting overtaken by Strux here. That is going to be moved on by the Simkit Racing League driver. Ooh, MCFC trying to make a move down the inside, but the room was not there, as he catches a penalty coming out of Cops. That will be P8 for the Speed Force Racing League driver Schubertus, who has made the move on his teammate. It's your boy Alfio has made a move on Joka, and both drivers crash. And I'm not too sure who was in the wrong there. It's your boy Alfie retired from the session. Did he retire on track? I'm not too sure. But he indeed had a little crash there. And it is going to be a safety car once again. Even with reduced safety car, the drivers will have another safety car. A lot of drivers come into the pits, as it will probably the hard tire runners or the medium tire runners, whoever did not come into the pits earlier during the first safety car, as it is the second safety car already. We're halfway past the race. Toby, who seems to be on 6 lap old hards. Logan is just gonna keep it on track with his hard tires, as I'm not too sure if he passed the pit lane, as he will have to. Ooh, the guys. This is the second time that Sekulijovic gets overtaken under safety car. I'm not too sure what's up with that. But Strux seems to be in P4, Aiden in P5, as the Everyone's Welcome Racing League is not doing a bad job here. They didn't have some good qualifying positions, as every single one of them got more than 6 positions, except for Aiden, and of course it's your boy Alfie. Indeed. I do think there is going to be rain. Well, there is going to be rain, I can assure you. Let's have a quick look tire-wise, as George and MCFC have made an interesting decision here, going on to the intermediate tires. Well, when will the rain come into play here? It doesn't seem to be too cloudy yet, but it might be that the rain is coming out of the sky without a lot of, well, clouds, of course. Fade, who indeed came into the pits to select medium tires. Yeah, I know that, Alan, but yeah, my PC is not the best, so it would be interfering with the quality of the league, well, of the stream. Nerdy Puck and Magi were making an overtake on each other. Not too sure what's up with that. These guys are making some interesting moves. Gonna look like a genius. It seems like Marlon is also coming into the pits. He went for hard tires, but of course we don't know when the rain is gonna come out. And I can give you already the information on what I put it on. Of course, that would spoil the things for you and also for me, because I set it on not perfect, but the other one, approximate, I think it's called. So I mean, it could be that the rain is coming earlier or later. Yeah, the guys who have come into the pits right now, they might have made a little mistake if the rain is going to come out pretty soon. These guys on intermediate tires, I'm not too sure when the safety car is going to come out. Well, in. Because I think it's going to come in right now, but I'm not 100% sure. Look, it's the sunniest it's ever been on Silverstone. 4 season is in a day of so. Believe me, it's the same with Spa. Some day you've got sun, and the other day you've got rain. It was actually a very interesting thing in 2022. I think it's one of the only times in Spa we've had a full sunny race or a full sunny weekend. Because sometimes it's just raining in qualifying or raining at the beginning of the race and then just fully sunny at the end of the race or something like that. Oh, Belgium. It's horrible, but yeah, I live there, so. The guys are actually pretty close to each other. I'm not too sure what's up with that, as they need to leave a little bit space here. The Speedforce Racing League driver and Joka were... No, I think it was George. These guys are just... I think they should just be driving right behind each other, because right now it's looking like chaos here. And there's a lot of Racing League esports drivers at the end of at the back of the grid. 3 drivers to be exact, as they are going to try and make their way through the field again. Toby is going to be the one. No, it's going to be Logan who is going to be the one restarting the safety car. Well, no, hopefully not restarting the safety car, but the green flags. As ooh, he's going to go right now. Did he catch Toby's sleep? It didn't. It does seem like it, as Toby is definitely not going to be able to make a move. Stux is going to go down the inside of Sokuljovic. Sokuljovic, who's keeping it consistent here. Nerdy Puck, who's getting overtaken by Magi. Nerdy Puck, who's also going onto the grass a little bit there. Pretty interesting, as George is going to throw it down the inside of the Everyone's Welcome Racing League. Nerdy Puck is just losing positions at the moment. Defends the inside line, as the Everyone Welcomes Racing League has 3 drivers in the top 6. Is getting overtaken, and it might be the hard tires. There is a yellow flag. Biceps Army, who has lost traction, might have been a crash with well, it would be a crash with his teammate, so I wouldn't say that's going to be the case, but he might have lost a little bit of traction there. Now Magi is getting overtaken by Fade here. Sokuljovic, who's dropping positions as he lets his teammates go through. Mickey and Aiden, who are probably a little bit faster than his teammate. Now we've got Toby right behind Logan in Maggots and Baggots. He has a penalty to work with. Mickey Raikkonen with a 3-second time penalty, as there is someone who has left the session. That might be Nerdy. What is this? I put it on reduced. There's 3 safety cars already. What is this? This game is really awful, and I might need to wait with King of Leagues Season 2 for the new game. Well, after the new game, because we have 3 crashes. It is reduced safety car. We have 3 safety cars, and I've never seen this. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys will go for intermediate tires right now. I'm pretty sure everyone is. Go back to F1 1997. What reduces? Oh my days. P6. That is really awful. But yeah, Aiden and Sokuljovic, who have both come into the into the pits for intermediate tires. And you also see George and AKJ G on intermediate tires in P6 and P7. So they're actually keeping up with the guys up front. Not doing a bad job, as Mr. Wiggles is on medium tires, Marlon on softs. And it starts raining, guys. It has started raining. So we want to know when it is going to be the right time to come into the pits. Probably before the rain is going to be there. But is it going to be hard rain or is it going to be light rain? I can assure you it's definitely not going to be light rain. So yeah, that is a little bit of a tip for you guys. 3-second time penalty for Miki Kaironen. Also 6 seconds time penalty for MCFC. Toby and Strux, who both have a 3-second time penalty. So there's actually a lot of penalties on track right now. Nordy Puck and Alfie, who DNF'd, unfortunately. Let's have a quick look with the telemetry, as that is also a very important thing. Yeah, indeed. George with a nice intergamble, as he didn't know if the safety car was going to come out that early. And guys, make sure to follow the channel if you haven't followed the channel already. I'm trying to get to 200 followers. I think I'm around like 190 or something. And it would be very much appreciated. You can just put the notifications off if you'd like. But it would be very much appreciated, as I'm trying to get my goal of 200 followers this week still. And this is going to be the second last race, as it is going to be the FRL race at the end of the... Oh no, that's not going to be on my channel. Oh, that's awful. Oh, a lot of guys are going to come into the pits. And are we going to see a double stack? Are we going to see a double stack? 5-second time penalty for Biceps Army. That is a big one. A very big one. And there's a lot of changes on track right now, as Logan is going to capture the pole again. Well, the P1 in this. Oh, 60 lap old Hearts. He might have not taken the best guess, as I can assure him it is going to be raining very heavily at the end of the race. He might be going for wet tires at the end of the race. That would be an amazing guess. But of course he doesn't know if it's going to rain heavily or not. Appreciate it, Alan. Appreciate it. Can you guys have a quick look how many followers I have already? I think it's around like 193 or something. I was at 189 before, and I think like 4 people have followed me. Fade should have pitted. Where is Fade? He's all the way in P12, so... I've got 200? Alright! There we go! Alright, I'm too happy for that, but... I mean, it is what it is. I hope you guys are having an amazing evening, though. I hope this isn't... How do I say this? A waste of time. I hope you guys enjoy watching the stream, of course. I'm going to try and make... I'm gonna have a quick look in the chat if there has been some incidents or something. Seems like everyone is not really having incidents. Oh my days. Oh, this is legendary. Everyone's welcome, Racing League. They are represented quite nicely, as they find themselves in P6, 7 and 10. But 2 drivers have dropped out of the race there. No penalty for George too. So he might have a good run on the intermediate tires here. But it's raining quite heavily, as it might be that Logan is going to come into the pits. He is indeed going to come into the pits. And will he go for wets or will he go for intermediates? It's raining very heavily. We might be able to see Logan go on intermediate tires or wet tires. It doesn't matter, as George is gonna go. He's getting chased by Toby. Strux, who's getting caught sleeping a little bit. Jocka in P6. He's overtaking. Who is coming into the pits? MCFC is coming into the pits. So is Logan, as 2 drivers from the Speed Force Racing League have gone into the pits. This is a big one. Toby now trying to make a move around the outside of George here. You're not leaving too much space for each other. There's not been a real incident there, so I don't think that's going to be reported. Who pits at the end of the safety car? Yes, indeed. Toby around the outside. Does George leave enough space for Toby? Oh, I thought he lost it, but it doesn't seem like it, as Toby has made the move on George. Now Strux is trying to get past George here. Aiden, who's trailing by a couple of tenths, he's gonna try and make a move on Strux here. George, who catches a penalty. Logan, who catches a penalty. And everyone is going a little bit wider here. Everyone's Welcome Racing League is catching up positions. Joka in P6, Subaru in P7. Fade, who is trying to live up the expectations. The top 3 also has a penalty. So it might be for Aiden here to win the race. It depends on whoever is gonna be getting into P4, as the top 3 has a penalty, of course. And Fade has made the move on Miki Kaironen here. Oh my days, that name is awful. George, who has made who's getting overtaken by Strux here. And I'm sorry for a little bit of second and third. I'm not too sure what you mean, but doesn't really matter. Biceps Army makes the moves on Mr. Wiggles as he loses his car. There are 3 drivers from the SFR league. We're all the way at the back of the grid. No, not SFR. Yeah, indeed SFR. Speed Force Racing League. Unfortunately, not living up the expectations as they came into the pits for intermediate tires at the end of the race, and that's not really a great strategy. As Sekulijovic drops back all the way to P10, P11, P12, P13, as he might have had a little crash there. George, who's trying to make his way past Aiden, who has made the move on the Syndicate Racing League driver. And Joka is caught up to P5. Well, he is P5 right now. Subaru 5/10 trailing on Joka, so we might be able to see a move on the Syndicate Racing League driver pretty soon, as Marlon is 2/10 behind Mad G. So it is indeed going to be a possibility for the Racing League Esports driver into Maggots and Baggots. Hopefully he's not going to outbrake himself, and that was really close from the Racing League Esports driver, but he will have a good exit coming out of this corner, hopefully. But Mad G has a better exit. Now he's going to try and make the move on Schubertusch, as he is finding himself in a RLE sandwich. Fade, who seems to be pretty close to Subaru, and Subaru seems to be in a Syndicate sandwich as he's trying to get past Joka, but he's getting he's possibly getting overtaken by Fade right behind him. We know that Fade is quite a fast driver here. He has a better exit coming out of turn 2. Ooh, he has to watch out down the inside here, as that will be a move in turn 3 by Fade, and that's beautifully done on Subaru. But Subaru is not giving up, although that is going to be a move by the Syndicate Racing League driver. Now it's going to be 3 drivers from Syndicate in the top 6. No, actually 4 drivers. There is a Sector 1 incident, and that might be Biceps Army. Fortunately, coming out of turn 5, he had a little incident. I'm not too sure if that's caused by anyone, but we might see a lot of reports for this race, unfortunately. But I mean, whatever you can expect with Silverstone, right? These guys don't know each other. It is always a little bit racing, I mean, on a danger zone, because you never know how the guy in front of you is racing, and if you haven't raced. No, it's not gonna be the F1 rules. It will be, yeah. Larcy, can you put it in the chat real quick? Thank you very much. Larcy is my assistant. Subaru 2/10, 1/10 behind Joka. Is he gonna make a dive bomb into turn 15? Incident here, as Subaru missed a little bit of his braking point right there, went into the back of Joka, and he will drop back positions. And the Racing League Esports driver, who have to depend on Toby, hopefully not losing any positions. He will lose a position on Aiden, depending on how big his penalty is. 3-second time penalty for Toby, so he will have to create 1 more second on the Everyone's Welcome Racing League driver to be able to capture P1. as the other three, well, the other two, George and Strux, have a 3-second time penalty. Fade still in P5, Jokov still in P6, Miki Kaironen. Oh, Strux who crashes out. Is that a... No, don't send the link, send the points. Send the points. Strux pretty close behind Schubertus here. Position 8 for Strux, but he has 6 seconds of penalties, and I'm not too sure if he got crashed by anyone or if he did crash himself. Mr. Wiggles being pretty close to Sokuljovic. Sokuljovic, who actually lost like a lot of positions. He was finding himself in P4 or P5 earlier, as Marlon is making a move on Strux, so is Mad G. And Strux, I mean, he was doing a good job, but unfortunately he crashed. I'm not too sure if that was caused by himself or if it wasn't. But Toby really has to put the pressure here. Marlon with a 5-second time penalty. Corner cutting, gained 1 position. I'm not too sure if that was a worthy penalty, but it seems to be raining very heavily here. And is it wet tire condition? I'm not too sure. It doesn't seem like anyone is going to come into the pits. George, who is losing a position on Fate here. Fate, who's probably the faster driver out of the two. And Joka is trailing by 3 seconds. Schubertus' next main rival is going to be Miki Kaironen, as both drivers will be finishing pretty close to each other. Everyone's welcome Racing League driver in P6, Racing League Esports driver in P7. Fade, who has lost traction in turn 4, and he will be in P5 at the moment, right before, well, in front of Miki Kaironen. And is Joka gonna let him go through? It all depends on the consistency of Joka right now, if he's gonna lose time or if he isn't. And then, of course, you've got to take... Oh, there's a little bit of wheel banging here between Mad G and Strux. Make sure to keep it clean, guys. As Mad G, and that might be a little bit of touching from Strux. The room was not there, but he tried to go anyway. And that might have been a mistake by Strux, as he seemed a little greedy there coming into that corner. Fade, who caught a 3-second time penalty, and the only driver who's gonna be not having a penalty in the top 5, actually 2, it's gonna be Aiden and Joka. So Joka is most definitely gonna get a position on Fate, depending on how many time he's gonna lose. Trucks right now right behind Mad G. There is an incident in Maggots and Baggots, and that's gonna be Bishop's Army. Mad G is looking to make a move down the inside of Marlon there, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna work for the Syndicate Racing League drivers. Hargreaves has left the session. Now, Mad G around the outside. Is this gonna be a move? He keeps it clean. He tries to go for a switchback into the last corner. It's beautifully done, beautifully executed, and that is gonna be moved on. Marlon, who has to go a little bit wide there to try and avoid contact, as he had a better exit coming out of that corner, and that will be moved on. For Marlon, we have to keep in mind that he has a 5-second time penalty, but Strux has 6 seconds. Oh, Strux, who made a dive bomb there going side by side. This is chaos, guys. This is chaos. And the telemetry, well, the camera doesn't really work. I mean, I'm glad they kept it clean, but I'm not too sure if that was clean. How do I say this? I mean, it was an incident, but nobody caught any damage out of it, so shouldn't be a problem, as they're having a 4-way battle right now. Miki Kaironen, who's trying to... Ooh. Oh, Strux is off. Strux is off, as he couldn't keep it clean. I'm not too sure if anyone else was not clean, but it is what it is right now. We've got Sokuljovic right behind the Racing League Esports driver. He has a good exit coming out of Cops. Bishop's Army with a 3-second time penalty. That might be a big one, although he already has 8 seconds of penalties. Sokuljovic also with a 3-second time penalty, as that is going to be a big one. He might lose some time on Wiggles due to that penalty. We have to take in consideration that Marlon also has a 5-second time penalty. He's trying to create a gap between the two, but it doesn't seem like Toby is going to get those 3 seconds on the board. Is it already wet tire condition? I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure nobody is going to come into the pits. They're really struggling out here at the moment. Subaru, who has to leave the tow, well, behind him, because right now he's trailing by a couple of tenths. Mr. Wiggles, who's right behind Sokoljovic, but it's not going to be enough. And there is a big gap between the top two and well, P3. And then there is also a big gap from P8 until P7, as Marlon is trailing on his teammate, probably holding back a couple of guys. G and P9, he needs to make the overtake on Marlon to be able to make a move on. Who is Tsami? Oh, Tsami is also a steward. He's a good guy. He's really experienced. So Magi now around the outside. Does he have a good exit? Oh no. Marlon, who had a little bit of a, I'm not too sure if he had a snap there, but he was going really slow, as Magi just had a better exit coming out of that corner. Now Magi is getting overtaken by Subaru here down the inside into Cops. As Magi is trying to defend on Sokoljovic here, as Sokoljovic is having a good streak here, wants to get that extra point on the board for the Everyone's Welcome Racing League. Aiden not doing a bad job. He's gaining time on Toby. And is anyone actually on the wet tires? It doesn't seem like it. Everyone is still on intermediates. Sokoljovic had to leave the tow on Magi. Mr. Wiggles, who has a good exit. But Sokoljovic has a better one now. Brakes really early, as that could be something Mr. Wiggles can benefit from, take the advantage from. He takes a lot of curb down the inside. George, who lets his teammate go through. Fade 7 seconds behind Aiden, so there's a big gap in between the two. But who will be the better driver to create space on Joka, Miki, and Schubertus? I'm not too sure. Subaru is 4 tenths, 3 tenths behind Marlon, his teammate, and it seems like the Racing League Esports driver have caught up pretty good, as they're finding themselves in P9, 8, 7, and P1, as they will be getting some good points. But also the Syndicate Racing League drivers, and also the Everyone's Welcome Racing League drivers. And unfortunately, Subaru right now with the move. MCFC has retired from the session. He is into the pit lane as he got a DNF on the board. It might be that Speed Force Racing League is not going to get a lot of points on the board. It seems like they're only getting 1 point, maybe 2, as Marlon is having 5 seconds penalties. It is almost the last lap for these guys. They're finding themselves pretty close. Magi trying to go around the outside here. It doesn't seem like that's going to be working. Aiden, who has caught up to Toby here pretty easily. He has to make sure he's not going to get any penalties, because that is going to be fatal, as I think it is wet tire conditions. But these guys are still on intermediate, so they have to keep it, I'm not going to say clean, but they have to keep it consistent. Sokoljovic, Biceps Army, who retired from the session, into the pit lane, as he didn't think like he was going to get a lot of points on the board here. Struxus goes down the inside. On the corner, he crashed earlier. Ooh, Marlon, who has a little snap there. Marlon, who has another snap. The guys are on intermediate tires. They're having some issues. They should have gone for wet tires. It's really raining heavily out here. Now down the inside goes Strux. He loses some traction as he pushes Marlon really wide there. Oh, this is chaos, guys. They're having a three-way battle here. Now Strux trying to defend on Mr. Wiggles there. Mr. Wiggles, who loses a position to Strux and Sokoljovic. And they're really going very heavily here. Biceps Army has left the session. Last lap. Aiden finds himself right behind Toby. He's just going to keep it right behind him. But the main battle is here in P10. Who is going to score a lot of points? Matt G has a good exit coming out of that corner. He doesn't have to make the move though. Marlon has 5-second time penalty. And he only has 3. Also here, Schubertu is pretty close to Miki Kaironen. So he's going to get 1 position on the board for, well, extra. Matt G right behind Subaru. Struck's trying to make a move, but it's not going to be working, unfortunately, as it will be P9 for Magi and a P10 for Marlon. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did he crash before the pit lane was there? Well, before the finish line was there? That would be fantastic. George, your driver of the day, as he had a very good strategy coming into the pits really early to go for intermediate tires, and he has caught up to a lot of people. This strikes indeed the oh no, he didn't. Well, he did sort of. He lost a lot of time. So this is going to be your standings. Aiden in P1, Toby in P2, Fade in P3, Joka in P4, and then we've got George to close down the top 5. Further, we've got Schubertus, Miki Kaironen, Subaru, Mr. Wiggles, Magi, Sekuljovic, Marlon, Logan, Strux, Biceps Army, MCFC, Nerdy Pucking, It's Your Boy Alfie, and then we've got Hargreaves at the end of the grid. So I'm glad that this race went all right. A lot of people couldn't join, but we still had 19 people on the grid. So I'm gonna thank you very much, as this will be your results of today. I thank you very much for watching. This was King of Leagues Season 1 Round 1. It is still an uncertainty if Speed Force Racing League is going to be there next week, as they've got some connection issues, unfortunately. But oh my, hopefully they are. I mean, it's going to be chaos if I need to find another league, even to participate in two races. It is going to be chaos. So hopefully they will be there. And this race was pretty good. I mean, we saw a lot of clean overtakes. We saw a lot of crashes already, but I'm not too sure if that was because of the rainy weather or if it was because of incidents. But yeah, this is something to take with me into next week, as it is going to be Coda next week. I thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys next week. This was VB Thomas, your commentator, commentating King of Leagues. Thank you very much. Peace out.